The bootleg beans. Oh no! Where are my beans? Crap! It's okay. That's why we've got backups. I guess I'll use my AirPod Pros. I guess. Oh! No! One of them! What happened to the other? Oh, junk! I can't use my dirty buds. They don't cancel any noise. I can't mow the lawn with these! Thankfully, I have the ultimate backup. Thank you, old mate Senny. Boy, these be looking generic, huh? What are they? These are the Sennheiser Herder 2.8 Hunch Pros. And it's funny, when you look up reviews and forum posts of these are some of the most either loved or despised headphones in the world. I didn't read reviews for me to find these things. I'll tell you how I found them. But yeah, actually just reading reviews for this video and like, oh my goodness, if you were on the hunt for headphones, you wouldn't know what to do. Some people saying that they're too flat and uninteresting. Some people saying that they're too bassy and boomy. Some people saying they're indestructible. Some people saying that theirs fell apart. I had no idea these were so polarizing. Well, these headphones here are basically part of the three horsemen of the headphone apocalypse. The Herder 2.8 Hunches, the MDR 7506s, and the DT770s. They all live in the same area of prosumer, technically for studio use, but then people use them just to, watch content at home on their laptop. And it's these three sets of headphones where, people ask me, why don't at the end of the year I do like the best headphones of the year that I recommend, blah, blah, blah. It's because it's always the same ones. These came out in 2003. They are 23-year-old design. The 7506s came out in 1991. Oh, and the DT770s, they came out in the 80s. That's the thing, is that we, the human, are the limit for most consumer electronics. And it's crazy how we're getting to kind of the peak in a lot of ways. If you can hear between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz, you have amazing hearing. You have fantastic hearing, right? So if you make headphones that can do half a hertz up to 10 million billion hertz, what's the point if all we can hear is this? I mean, we're seeing it with like 8K TVs. A lot of brands are just bailing on the concept because when you're sitting on your telly at a distance, like, what's the real difference between 4K and 8K other than huge cost, how difficult it is to render the content with like the processing power, and how huge and stinky 8K content is to handle? And headphones are no different. If you wonder, well, what kind of reference point have we had to know how good headphones sound? It's called hearing music live. We know what it's meant to sound like in the flesh, so we know how good headphones are replicating it. People have noticed old hi-fi systems from the 70s and like, wow, these sound so good. It's because audio's had a huge head start over video. It peaked out first. And so yeah, if I did a video every year talking about, well, the best bing bong headphones to get, it'd just basically be the same ones every time. But yeah, the Herder 2.8 Hunch Pros by Senny. I think these are the Swiss Army knife of headphones, and I think every house just have a set hanging in like a cupboard somewhere, right? Like a communal set. In case of emergency, go get the Herders. I mean, at the start, that was a really reliable intro, wasn't it? Like, oh no, my buds went running away. Do not panic, everybody. I would never lose the no beans. I would never let that happen. I mean, I couldn't give a toss about these. But yeah, come on, we've all like misplaced one of these, or they're flat, forgot to charge them, and you want to be in a noisy environment. I mean, like, noise cancelling has just become so normalized. It's a great thing. Like the fact that these bootleg Walmart beans have active noise cancelling. And yeah, it's hard to live without it now, Noise is the enemy of high-end headphones and audio in general. Just having an air conditioner or a fan running in the room can just completely destroy all the benefits of having these stinky open-back headphones. A lot of people prefer the MDR 7506s or the DT770s in terms of outright sound. And looks, these aren't particularly beautiful. Yeah, well. But there's something that these do that, oh my goodness, I don't think I've found any other headphones really do. These block noise, right? They're like earmuffs, but they're not earmuffs. They look like regular headphones. I mean, you absolutely can get earmuff headphones, either the GK Ultra phones, where they're literally 3M like firing range earmuffs with 7506 drivers put into them. What a match made in heaven. I actually love these. I use these all the time. They're quite expensive, and the sound profile kind of gets spoiled. I mean, check out the ear cup depth. I mean, it is neat. But then, like, yeah, you look at these. These are just normal, benign-looking headphones. But it's insane how much noise they cancel. And that's the thing. How I found these was working as a professional musician. I was doing some sequence work where basically most of the band, quote, was a computer running MIDI. We had 3 vocalists, a guitarist, me on the drums, and everything else was sampled out of a machine being played live. And those gigs were terrifying because if I lost the metronome in my ear, that thing doesn't stop, right? When you're playing with a real band and if someone starts like dragging, slowing down, or rushing, speeding up, the band can kind of adjust and figure out the vibe. That machine just plows on and doesn't care if you get phased out by a beat. It doesn't give a toss. Those were some of the hardest gigs I ever did. And when I got there, I didn't have any headphones or anything. I didn't really know what I was getting into. And the dude's like, "Don't worry, mate, I got you. Here." And he just chucked me a set of these to use. I'm like, oh no, these aren't proper noise cancelling earbud whatevers. This is going to be miserable. I'm going to have my ears destroyed through my drums coming through. I'm going to have these so loud that I'm going to doubly destroy my ears. No. As soon as I put these on and started playing, I just went, oh, I found them. I found them! There are drummers' headphones, like Vic Firth makes some, and I think they are just miserable. They sound terrible, they fit terrible. Yes, they block noise, but then you wish they just blocked themselves. Ugh. But I was in heaven, and I had to go and get my own set. So that was the main thing for these, for me, was them to be able to block noise. Just get the drums out so I can hear what I'm meant to be working with. And they're just boring and benign enough looking that no one's gonna want to steal them. Before anyone gets it twisted to think that these things have active noise cancelling, they absolutely do not. There's no batteries, there's nothing. It's got a dingle cable, old school style. These have passive noise cancelling, right? Like active noise cancelling is using microphones to shoot its own sound back at itself to cancel out the noise. It's how a car muffler works. Yeah, that box that's in there is basically shooting the sound of the exhaust back at itself and it cancels it out. That's how it works, right? No, this is passive noise cancelling. In other words, if you put your fingers in your ears to stop the horrible screaming of someone next to you, namely me, that's passive noise cancelling. So yeah, these are like earmuffs. They're not as good as earmuffs, naturally, because of how slim and normal they look, but man, these are freaking close. And actually, these are my first set of like good headphones. And hardcore audiophiles would scoff at the idea because the magic thing about these, they're $100. They're $100 headphones. These aren't crazy expensive. So yeah, sound wasn't the most important thing to me, but yeah, look, they've got extra bass down the low end. That's what I've noticed. And the top end can be a little, like, you know, not exactly crispy. And you want to talk soundstage, in other words, how wide and spacious the sound feels when you wear it. Like, I own some Herder 800s. It's like the hills are alive, the sound of music, right? It's like that, just like outdoors almost sounding. These are the opposite. They're right up in you. It's like they're coming that close to your head. But then Herder 800s don't block any noise at all and basically have no bass. I got some friends who really don't like them at all. I've got the Herder 600s by old mate Senny, released in 1997, by the way, and the freakish ears on a stand. And we're going to hear an issue with this recording big time. So just have a listen. You'll hear it. Did you hear it, Mr. Krabs? Did you hear the issue? Well, Herder 600s shouldn't sound worse than 2.800s. These are like the industry standard for just beautiful mids and accuracy and like, look, they're not particularly wide either. These are some of the narrow sounding open backs you can kind of get, but these are a massive step up over the 2.800s in person. But you hear when you just record them into a microphone and then put them through Final Cut and export it and put on YouTube, which compresses it and upload. Yeah, it just sounds almost the same. Except the Herder 2.800s having more bottom end, because that's just what they do. And so you just hear more bottom end and you go, oh, they're better. You know, I've always talked about the limits of the freakish ears, and it's actually quite nice to finally kind of hear it. The freakish ears have more utility than just recording headphones and sending it, right? You can do like calibration stuff with them. But yeah, it's not how it is. But then also at the same time, it's like, yeah, gosh, these sound so cromulent. They're $100. They're $100, everybody. And they noise cancel. And in terms of durability, you know what? In my experience, these are absolutely bulletproof, because these aren't the ones that I bought all those years ago. No. These are ones I bought last year, right? Just so I have an actual fresh set to make sure mine aren't all cacked out. Let me show you an old friend. These are my original Herder 2.800s. Look, see the logos on it are different. The old ones look better. Most companies are cheaping out. I've owned these for 13 years. 13 years. Original ear cups. They're fine. I've lost the smushy bit on the headband. That disappeared a few years ago. But they have changed the design. See, now it's like two little pucks. Probably because it's cheaper to remove this center one, and when you're making 1 million of these a year, that amount of foam adds up. It's like not paying for every 10th one. But seriously, look how crap that print looks, Senny. Oh, shrinkflation at its worst. Look how good it used to look. You used to actually say Sennheiser on it. These almost look like bootlegs. But these have been through hell and back. I've done a bazillion gigs with these. I was a music teacher for like 10 years. Students would borrow these all the time. They had a music exam that they had to get through. The school would be handing them regular earmuffs that don't noise cancel, and they'd be struggling to hear along with the track, and it made them look and sound bad. And they'll be like, no, here, bro, borrow these, right? And then they'd nail their exams, nail them. Kids would take these home and borrow them for weeks on end. Anything to help my students get over the line, right? I know how hard it is not having access to this kind of equipment. Most of my silly Dankmas Simpson remix stuff, vast majority of it, were made and mixed on these. And there's like audio engineers out there cringing at the idea of mixing with these. Mate, it's all I had. It's all I had, this and an old MacBook. Look, they fold flat. They scrunch up like that. You can fold them in on themselves like this. Just like you find so many ways to stuff them into a bag. When they're folded flat like this, they slip into the pocket for laptops. When you crush them in like this, you can stick them at the top of like bags with all your luggage. There is something I loathe about these and can't stand. And Senny, I know that you lurk in some of my videos. I've seen you poke up and have acknowledged the Herdo 600 moniker. Get rid of this! Stop it! Don't you ever put this cable on things ever again. This is the worst idea that has ever happened. The idea being that, oh, look, it's a short cable so you can listen to your iPod with it, but then when you need extra length, you can just pull on it and have it. And when you pull on it and have it, now you got tension against your ears that are pulling in like this. Add $5 to the end price and just make that an aux jack, huh? Just make that an aux jack, and then you just go junk and plug anything you want into it. That's the only crappy thing about these. These don't work. They're bad. Yeah, and even worse, the new one, look how tight that coil is, huh? Look at it. And so it pulls even harder. If anything, I've bedded mine in like an old couch, right? Look at it. It's actually better this way, right? You can tell these are old because the coil is starting to fatigue. This sucks. I hate this. I've got to bed it in again. Come on, loosen up, you jerk. Well, something I'm sure that you're wondering, and as was I, what's happened sound-wise? Is there a difference? The old ones have more treble, and the new ones have more bass. Only a little. And for the most part, they really are quite true to how they sound. I mean, 13 years of smashing on these. 13 years of students plugging these into guitar amps on max volume going before they unplug it. These have been through hell and back. You know, I didn't need a new set. I got the new set for this video so we can like actually see how well do they age. And then you'd actually see the design has changed ever so slightly. And you know, crappier looking screen printing. You gotta save a buck everywhere apparently. And yeah, I didn't need another set and I still use these all the time. I've got a treadmill here and that's actually where I find the time to watch content and play games is while walking on a treadmill. I'm very glad that I don't get motion sickness and I don't have like vertigo or nothing. I can stand with a controller and like play a game. These are epic because treadmills are so noisy, right? And I've got a fan blowing on me as well. And there's no buffeting wind noise because of how well these ear cups seal, even though they're not very deep. So yeah, I still use these all the time. So I've got a set here that I use all the time and a backup set in the house. If the missus is mowing the lawn and she's like lost her earbuds and she, like, you know, with the noise cancelling, don't worry, sweetie, you could take the herders. These do a really good job. And now I bet you all yous who watch podcasts and interviews and all sorts, you're now going to be spotting these everywhere. I told you, DTs, MDR 7506s, and Herder 2.8 Hunjos, right? This triangle of headphones that are just a staple. And yeah, I really do recommend that you just have a set of these in the house. They're very communal, they're ridiculously reliable. Just stick a USB-C dongle end on this, and then there you go, it's sorted. They're only 64 ohm, like these are run out of a phone peachy. Collectively we say, thank you Sennheiser. Thank you for making the Herder 2.8 Hunches. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Huge thanks to these stinky names right here. They're my $10 floaties. That's way too cool. Yes, thank you so much. Float planes where all my extra content is. And those of you on float plane probably realize it's an avalanche of content. Like, never ending. Right? I'm fully in gear. There's all these drum streams. I'm doing gaming streams. There's uploads coming from those streams as well. I'm doing some car stuff. We're doing some snack stuff. There's Frank stuff. $2.80 for the entire month, right? It's as cheap as I can make it. Come on in. I really do appreciate you. And it's just so much. If you want all the content that I'm making, that's where it is. And you know what, mate? I'll smell you next time. She's so warm right now. It's so roasty. Roasty toasty princess. She's good dog. I want to pet that dog.